morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is currently Friday the 27th of January 2023 and tonight I'm heading down south ahead of what is supposed to be Wealdstone versus Gateshead in the National League tomorrow. Although looking at the forecast for the area of London that Wealdstone's ground is in, I am very sceptical, but if push comes to shove I do have alternatives, one of which is Charlton Athletic versus Bolton Wanderers in League 1. Another is AFC Wimbledon versus Stockport County in League 2. Then you've got Fulham versus Sunderland in the fourth round of the FA Cup, and Haringey Borough versus Hastings United in the Isthmian League Premier Division. So whatever happens, I'm going to be getting a game in the London area tomorrow regardless. So let's get into this. Let's head on down south. So just at Peterborough Services now, and honestly, in terms of all the service stations in England's green and pleasant land, this is honestly the big boss that you've got to fight at the end. I mean, what a place, I mean, what a selection. Like, it's an absolute metropolis of fast food places, honestly. But yeah, it looks sort of where the forecast isn't really budging. I mean, I'm going to be getting a game in London tomorrow regardless, but I'd much prefer it to be my own team. But I must say at the minute I'm not exactly holding my breath. Anyway, gonna get some scran, then we will be heading back down the road. And that is me settling down for the night. If you're wondering why I was travelling through East London and South London, I'm not losing the plot. There's two reasons for that. Number one is that you can't lose something that you never had, and secondly, because I have some relatives that live in Kent, so I'm stopping with them for the night. So that's the reason why I'm totally the other side of London. But anyway, I will catch you in the morning when we will know whether the Wealdstone against Gateshead game is actually going ahead or not. Well, the good news is Met Office are a bunch of liars and it is game on. So let's head on back into London, then let's head on up to Ruislip, which is incidentally where the ground is. So just in the Spoons opposite Ruislip Manor Underground Station. Going to this game this afternoon, Wealdstone currently find themselves in 9th place in the National League table, which is them performing well above what was expected of them this season. I think most people expected them to be sort of in and around the relegation battle, but for a part-time team they've done remarkably well. This is actually the first time they've played since the 7th of January, I believe. They've had absolutely rancid luck with the weather of late, several of their games being postponed, so it looks like they could be in for a bit of a hefty fixture pile-up come the back end of the season. As for us, we are still in 21st place, but unfortunately now are 5 points adrift following the other night's loss against Wrexham. Oldham beating York certainly did us no favours, but still 20 games to go, still a lot of football to be played, a lot to be decided. Of course, still got to play Oldham twice. Still got to play a lot of the teams in the bottom half at home, so it's still a long way to go. There's no need to panic or anything yet. This sort of game you maybe would take a point out of this afternoon, but I think maybe now we'd have to say we're in a situation where there's no more free hits. We need to get as many points as we possibly can, ideally win as many of the home games as possible, and try and pick up the odds result here and there away from home. And you'd like to think that'll be enough to keep us up, but as I say, a lot to be decided. We certainly need to have a better second half of the season. I do think we're a better team now than what we were before Christmas. Of course, Wealdstone beat us at the International Stadium back in August. I think we've learned a thing or two since then. So fingers crossed. Of course, it's going to be a tough game this afternoon. A well-organised, well-drilled side, but we'll wait and see. Let's head on down to Groves and Vale. I think I said that right, and find out how it all unfolds. We are then a new one off the list. So the team's warming up. We're getting ready just down there. Of course, going to be in our home kit this afternoon, and that's because they have Wealdstone, whose home colours are blue, and obviously because our away kit's blue, we can not have a colour clash. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Let's get into the game.
We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! Are we the lads?
Get it in the boat.
Lead!
Penetrate them.
Tidesiders! 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 Tidesiders!
Go on! Go on! Come on!
Go on, Greg!
I knew that was coming. Come on, Cammy! Greg! Go on! How much space, man?
Get on him! Oh, hell man! Go on, Gateshead, man! There's fucking 6 yards on him! Get out! Go on, get
Go
out!
on!
Go on!
Go on!
Come on, Greg, get it out! Oh, come on!
Go on! Away, Marshall, man.
Hurry, man! What the fuck? Come on, get it out! Go on, Gateshead, man!
What's
Put
that?
ourselves in the danger! Wake up, Super Gregory! Go on, shoot! Come on! Whoa!
What a goal that would have been.
Fucking hell, man! It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And you'll be a fucking mess. And you'll be a fucking mess.
Another mistake.
Another stupid fucking mess. Oh, so what's happening? Just the process. Hit it! Go on, Greg, go on! Shoot! Oh, fucking hell. Why was that such a good Honey, go on! Oh! Oh, here we go. Oh! Typical Greg Ollie corner. Woo!
Half-time, Wealdstone 1, Gateshead 0. We are getting exactly what we deserve here. The amount of chances we've had and have just totally wasted, coupled with some absolutely comical defending. Like, there's absolutely nothing to argue about, unfortunately. Like, we've had, as I say, the majority of the chances, but it's just crying out for someone to take this game by the scruff of the neck, and I'm just wondering where's that actually going to come from. Do we bring Adam Campbell into it? Do we bring Aaron Martin into it? Because we need to change something. And as for how we've been defensively, like, we've just absolutely, the few chances they've had, we've just absolutely gifted to them. So it's quite straightforward. Something has to change. Some strong words need saying in the dressing room at half time.
Get up, Louis! Oh man, you're fucking. Hello? Go on! Oh man, shoot! Oh! Come on! Go on! Go on! Go on! Yeah! Ollie, if this gang's in, I swear to God.
Come on, Gregory.
Come on, boys. Go on. Hit it! Go on! Oh! That was that, Oh, yeah! Oh, what a save! That's the best save I've ever made. Hit it! Go on! That would be the best save I've ever seen. That was so safe. Why have they got 9? Go on! Hit it! Go on! Hit it! Yeah! 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 God!
6 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Just boot it out! Hit it away!
Right.
Yeah! Come on! Get in! Massive win, that.
Working set! Working set! Working set! Working set!
Way!
Come on!
Legend, come in, get in.
Working set! Working set!
Mate. Get in. Get in. Full time, Wealdstone 1, Gateshead 2. What a massive win that is, and it is basically law of averages, isn't it? Like, the sheer amount of chances we had there, one of them was bound to go in, and when it did, came at a pretty crucial time really, because we had bags of momentum from there and more than enough time to find a winner. And eventually we did. The ball broke early at Forbes, laying it off to Adam Campbell, who's fired it across the goal and into the back of net. And from there we held out really well. Of course, it was a bit of a back to the wall job back end of the game, but we held out and got to say a very good 3 points away. I mean, Wealdstone are no mugs. They beat us at the National Stadium. They're ninth in the table or something like that. They've had a very good season, and speaking to some of their fans before the game, like they're just a club that are happy to survive every year, and if they can get in the playoffs, that'd just be a bonus for them, but a very pleasant one. So are they in a position now where it's maybe job done for them? Possibly, but all the same, like it's still a very good win for us. Like we're going to have a lot of win at all cost games between now and the end of the season, and there's going to be a few times where it's going to be just like that, where we're going to have to sort of grind it out a little bit. Like honestly, like if we can get a few more scrappy 1-0 to 2-1s, that might just be enough for us. Like, it's all well and good, like when you have days where you play really pretty football and you absolutely tear your opposition apart, but it's when you can win despite being under pressure, despite it being scrappy or whatever, that'll make all the difference. Not that today was scrappy, because I thought we thoroughly deserved the win, and that is reflected in pretty much all the stats really. So onwards we go. The next up is Solihull away, another tough game. I mean, personally I won't be there, but we seem to have turned the corner. I mean, I know we lost the other night, but we lost the other night, but at the end of the day, that was against a team that quite a few League 2 and even League 1 teams can't even compete with financially, so it's kind of understandable. Now 3 points off of safety. Goal difference is pretty tight. There's quite a lot of teams being dragged into it. There's a long way to go, but as long as we maybe basically just keep doing what we're doing now and can get as many points as humanly possible, just see where it leads us. I mean, I think the way it was first half of the season, a lot of people think we'd get to now and we'd be practically relegated, but with every chance of staying up, and it's down to us to just keep putting in the performances to see if we can do that. Anyway, that was that for this video. I'm not sure I should be doing this, because I'm actually in a theatre just now. I'm not sure if it applies with etiquette or whatever, I don't care. But I'll be back on Tuesday night with South Shields versus Mask United. So until then, take care, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.